Today let's talk about array lists. You have already seen arrays, but these are another kind of data structure which Java provides. So let's see the differences between the arrays and the array list first. So arrays are a fixed type, and because you always declare it with saying that you are going to declare an array with 10 elements. Here it is int the array symbol and num list is equal to new int of 10. But when it comes to array list, you are not going to specify the number because the arrays can grow and shrink. So the array can go and shrink. So it's a dynamic data structure. So when you declare it as array list of strings. So this array list is going to contain string data type. List name of the array list is equal to new array list of string data type. So we are not going to specify the numbers. Arrays can contain only primitive data types and objects. Arrays can contain both primitive data types and objects. You know what are primitive data types? Primitive data types are int int, double, and boolean. These are the only three you need to know. So whereas array list can contain only objects, it cannot contain primitive data types. When you want to store primitive data types, you need to wrap it as an object. So we will talk more about wrapping it a little later. And when you want to find the number of elements in an array, you just call numList.length without a parenthesis, open and close parenthesis, because it's a property of the array. When it comes to find the number of elements in an array list, you need to say list.size, which shows the length of the list, which is a method of the ArrayList class. ArrayList is actually a class we will see in the next slide. Adding and deleting in the middle of an array is very difficult. We will see how it is. Inserting or deleting in a particular index in an array list is very easy. So let's see how in an array, if this is an array which contains 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, mean the index of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this array dot length is 6 elements. But I want to insert 40 here in in 3. So I cannot insert it unless this is the method I'm going to follow. Okay, I'm going to copy 10. I'm going to copy 20 from both. And I'm going to go to copy 30. So, okay, I can copy this to a new array, which I have made for a data.length plus 1. But here in 3, I need to put 40. And from here, I need to shift whatever was in 3 to 4 here. And whatever was in 4 to 5 here. And then whatever was in 5 to 6 here. So it's a cumbersome process. And again, if I want to delete anything here, suppose you assume that I'm deleting this. So I need to make a new one, deleting it, and shift 60 here and 70 here. So we'll do a problem a little later to find out how to do it. May not be in this video, but in the next video. And then talking about coming back to ArrayList. ArrayList is a Java class. It's already made by the Java people. So it's already ready-madely in the library. It is available to you. So if you look at your tools, like you can see if you go to help and then Java class libraries, you can see ArrayList is there right there for you. So you can find it. So ArrayList is a class which is already made by Java people. So you can look at this. ArrayList is already made. And you give the data type, just like I gave string before. So ArrayList is already made. It's ready for you. So you don't need to make them already. But one thing you have to do it is to import it from the library. I will show you how to import it from the library. So ArrayList is again a sequence of objects that grows and shrinks as needed. The ArrayList is class of part of Java util package. So we just saw how it is java.util.abstract_list. So it is in the util package. So we need to import java.array.ArrayList, java.util.ArrayList whenever you are going to use an ArrayList, whenever you are going to use an ArrayList data structure. Okay, and the next, each element in the sequence can be accessed separately. You can access any of the elements. Suppose this is an array list, so I can access anything with the index 3 at any time. So I don't need to shift like I did for arrays. Okay, so that's what they are saying. We'll also see more about it. We can explicitly overwrite an object. I can go and then replace it. Of course, it is possible with arrays also at a specified position. So we will see the set method does it for us. We can inspect, we can see the object at any index. We can add any object to the any index. We can add object to the end, and we can remove one object. All this we can do in an array list very easily without to worry about shifting the other ones. And there are array links is generic. You don't specify any data type which it is going to store. So we are saying that this array list is going to store string data type. This array list is going to store student objects which are made from student class. So hope you remember all those things. And this array list is going to contain the bank account objects. So you need to specifically say this array list is going to contain string data type. This array list is going to contain student data type. This array list is going to contain bank account. That is really helpful. So these are the methods we are going to use, as I already told you earlier. So if you say list.size, it's going to return the number of elements in this list, and I can add an object. We will see how it is when we do the actual program. Get index, this also I will show it to you, and set in that particular index, set this. So we'll talk about all these things in a minute. Okay, so pretty much the same thing. So let's go to create our first array list object. So first I'm going to make a very simple, okay, here is the coin object. So I'm going to make a, so this is string name and value, and then all these things, get name, get value, and toString method. It's a very simple one. So I'm going to make a coin collection as a array list of these coin objects. Okay, so coin collection. So this coin collection is going to contain an array list of coin objects, array list of coin objects. So let's see how it is done. So first of all, I told you, you need to import java.util.ArrayList, because whenever you know you are going to use the array list, you need to do it. So I'm getting public static void main, because I'm going to use the main method here. It's a client class, and then I have to declare an array list. So now I'm going to declare an array list, and I need to tell in the alligator symbol, that less than or greater than symbol, like what type of object it is going to store. So it's going to store coin object, and I need to give a name for this list. So I'm going to give coin list is equal to new array list of, again I need to mention what kind of data objects, and I don't need to specify the size, because for arrays I need to specify their number, but array list I don't need to specify the numbers. So if I say coin list dot add, so what did I promise to add? I promised to add a coin object. So I need to make a new coin object. So the coin object takes a name, and it takes a double value for the value. So a nickel is having 5 cents. So I have added my first coin. There is another way to add also. So first I can say coin C2 is equal to new coin, and then I'm going to add another nickel. This is my second nickel, 0.05. So now I can add this to the coin list dot add C2. See, I'm showing you two ways. Straight away I can add it, make a new coin, and add it to the coin list, or I can make a coin object explicitly and then add this coin object to the list. So I can do it either way. You're fine. You can use whichever way you want to use it. So, but I don't want two lines. So I'm just going to make a new coin, the next one, and straight away I'm going to add it. So time, and then 0.10. Oh, I need to put one more, even here I need to put one more parenthesis, otherwise it's going to throw syntax error for us. So again, I'm going to add coin list dot add new coin, and this time I'm going to add a quarter, comma 0 point, quarter is 0.25. So I need to put one more, and then I made a mistake of G, so I need to remove it, otherwise it's going to yell at me. Coin list dot add new coin, and this time I'm going to add half a dollar, comma 0.5. Okay, one more parenthesis, coin list dot. So as I keep adding, it's going to add to the end. So new coin, and then I'm going to add, what is this left? A penny and 0.01. So now I have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements. So let's see if I ask for system.out.println coin list dot size. Let's see what is it going to print. Okay, let's just run it. No syntax error. So there should be a comma here. So okay, let's check if it works. Yeah, it works. So no syntax errors. So now it should say the total number of elements that we saved, 6. So there are 6 elements, and it saves us the 6th element. Okay, so let's see how to get them printed. I can get it printed in 2 ways. One is the for next loop. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than coin list dot size. You are aware of it. We have already talked about it many times. And then now I want to system.out.println. I need to get the coins. So if it is arrays, I would have said coin list of I. But this is not an array, so we don't do this. So what we should do is coin list dot get of I. Coin list of get dot I. Why? I will show you why. So if you go to the documentation, and if you go into the method, so you can say getting an object from this is, so you see this add method, we have already added this. Okay, so let's go back to the methods. Let's go to the top, and okay, and then let's look at the get. So it returns the element at the specified position. So dot get I, the array list dot get I, get the index, get I will give you whatever is the element at the I position. So if you go back to here and look at it, you can see what am I saying. So first I is 0, so get whatever is in 0. So Z in 0, it is nickel, and then I becomes 1, then again it will get another nickel, then I becomes 2, then it will get dime, then 3, 4, 5. So that's what I is 0 to 5. So it's going to give me the thing. So let's check if it works properly, and if it is going to print out our array list. Hey, so nickel, you can see it is working. So whatever it just comes out in the same way that I have added. Okay, but now we are going to bring a little twist. I'm going to try to add a dime here after nickel. So I'm going to add one more dime here between these two nickels. So how do I do that? Let's have a look at this. So this nickel is in 0 position, and this nickel is in 1 position. So if at all I want to add something, I need to add in 1 position. Okay, so I'm going to say coin list dot add in the 1 position new coin. So I want to add another dime here. So comma 0.10. So I'm adding one more dime in 1 position. Let's see what happens. So now nickel should be there, dime should come next, and this nickel would have been shifted to the 3rd position. See, let's get it printed and let's see if it is happening here when I actually run it. See, nickel, dime, 0, 1, nickel is pushed to 2 position. And then see, because you said add in the 1 position, so it has added 0, 1, and whatever is it's shifted 1 to the right automatically. So you don't need to really worry about shifting them like you do in your arrays. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you one more thing. Okay, we have already seen how it is printing. Let's check it once again, running it and checking what is in what position. So I have nickel here, I have dime here, I have nickel in the third position, dime 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I want to replace $50 with a dollar, I'm trying to change it, so I need to change it in the fifth position. So let's go back and see how it is done. So I'm going to explain this again to you, so I'm just going to take it out. And then in the fifth position, coin list dot set. If I add the rest of them, it will be added in that position and the rest of them will be shifted to the right. But if I set it in position 5, it's going to replace $50 with dollar. So let's check it. So this is 1.0. So now your $50 should not be there. Instead, it should have been replaced by a dollar. So let's check it out in the fifth position. So let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the fifth index, instead of $50, you can see dollar here. So what happens here is, here because I added in one position, so you can see I'm going to simultaneously pull it out and show you once again. So let's put this away. I added the new coin dime in the one position. So after nickel 0, in the one position, dime find its place. So when I add, so nickel, the second nickel is pushed down to 2, 0, 1, 2. So the add 1 is adding to one position and shifting whatever is in the one position to 2 and 2 position to 3 and so on. Whereas the set replaces, so the set is replacing. Add is adding and shifting the others, and setting is replaces the current data with the new data. So please understand the difference between add and shift. When you add it in a particular index, it is added in the index and the rest of them are pushed down. So it's not replacing. But when I do set, the set command replaces $50 to dollar, because in the fifth position, the $50 is gone. Where originally I had $50, it's gone and it is replaced by the new one. So the set actually replaces. So assume that I want to replace this this nickel to penny. So that is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 2 position. In 2 position, I want to replace that second, in the 3 position, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. In the 2 position, I want to take away the nickel and put penny there. So what would I do? Coin list dot set. In which position? In the nickel 0, 1, 2. So second position. So second index. So I have to say new coin. So I'm replacing it with penny and then 0.01. So now if I run it, my second nickel should have gone. It's a comma missing there, so my second nickel should have gone, and then when I run it, I'm going to run it again. So my second nickel is gone, and because I said set. Okay, so assume that I want to add it in the second position. So now what will happen? Keep thinking about it. So I want to add nickel after penny. If I want to add nickel after penny, one more nickel after penny, so 0, 1, 2, 3. In the place of a dime, I'm going to add nickel. So dime will be shifted down, quarter will be shifted down, dollar will be shifted down, penny will be shifted down, and my size will become 8. So I'm going to add coin list dot add in the position of 0, 1, 2, 3. In the position of 3. So 3, comma, new coin. So I want to add a nickel back again because I just deleted it. So okay, so now 0, 1, 2, 3 in the 3 position, nickel should have been added. After penny there should be nickel and then dime. So let's just put it somewhere so we can see the difference between the two of it. So I'm going to put it in this old one in the thing so we can compare and see. Okay, so now let's compile it and run it. So I will show you the difference pulling out both of it. So this is it, and this is the one we saved before. So you can see that 7 has become 8, and nickel was there, dime was there, penny was there. After penny, I added 0, 1, 2, 3 in the 3 position. So now 0, 1, 2, 3 in the position nickel has fine, and dime has gone to 4th position, quarter is shifted, dollar is shifted, penny is shifted. So set, add, the difference between set and add, you should definitely know. So add, what it does is add in the particular index, adds in that index and puts whatever is in the index to the next one, push it down. Whereas set actually replaces them. So let's also see how the for each loop looks. So for, and this data type should come here always, coin, any variable name, it could be x and y and z, and then the coin list. So I'm going to put coin list, the name of the array list, and now all I need to do is to system.out.println see. So all this is case sensitive. I don't need to do the coin list.getId because there is no index involved in for each loop. So this is for each loop for array list. Okay, so then it will be printed twice, and then I would make a new line in between the two. So system.out.println printed using for each loop, just for our reference. And let's see. Sorry, they are printed using for each loop, which is very similar to that. I hope you understood it, but if you still have any questions, let me know and I will just try to explain it to you again once again. So please do not hesitate to ask me